Joining me now, attorney Emily Capano and Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. Thank you both for being here. Let's go to what we're learning about Comey and Clinton. An early draft, we find, said, Emily, that very simply it was just gross negligence and that probably charges should ensue as a result. Then when we see 2 months later, it's extreme negligence. What do you make of it?
Exactly. Senator Grassley calling for the reason behind the redlining and changing it from gross negligence to extreme carelessness is crucial here. Frankly, it would be a refreshing relief if this was actually turned over to a grand jury so that the public can know that their peers are actually deciding this. The evidence here is fascinating to me, and note that there's direct precedence onto mishandling of classified information from a gross negligence standard. Now, in 1992, the military courts determined that Congress established a scale. Gross negligence was at the bottom of it, meaning if there was more serious criminal intent, you simply prosecute a more serious crime. So changing the language from gross negligence to extreme carelessness took this from a prosecutable offense to nothing at all, and that's why it's so important.
And Greg, your thoughts? This is it's an extraordinary piece of terms of art here, at least for me, because it looks like somebody's trying to dilute something.
Well, it says to me that Comey knew that Hillary Clinton violated the Espionage Act, and for a reason unknown, decided that he was going to exculpate her, exonerate her. And so he crosses out gross negligence and substitutes a synonymous term, which is extreme carelessness. I'll give you an example. In almost every standard jury instruction, when the jurors are saying, what does that mean, gross negligence, the judge reaches an instruction. Here's California's. Gross negligence is an extreme departure from ordinary care. In other words, extremely careless. They're identical terms. So Comey got it wrong on that.
So he got it wrong in terms of his decision, because he got it wrong in terms of the terminology.
He misinterpreted the law.
It looks to me like he misinterpreted about everything.
There's another law that she appears to have violated under the Espionage Act, and that is willfully and knowingly mishandling classified documents. And then you heard Comey say in his famous news conference, she didn't intend to violate the law. Well, that's not the legal standard.
And he made a determination of intent.
He misinterpreted that law as well.
Emily, let's go to Fusion GPS. We find out that the co-founder of Fusion GPS, meeting with the attorney who famously met with Donald Trump Jr. and his associates, and then met with the Fusion co-founder after the meeting. What do you make of it? It sounds a little suspicious, doesn't it?
It sounds more than suspicious to me, and I think what is so important here is the forensic accounting. I think regardless of any type of bias or politicization that is being brought to the table in this investigation or in the media's coverage of it, what is most crucial here is that accounting. That does not lie. So as long as these attorneys keep digging and keep revealing, and that's uncontrovertible evidence right there of who was funding and why and how. And the timing is crucial here. And the more that we learn, the more people will be on the hook. Because frankly, as you said, it's suspicious. But at some point, we need an answer and a decision. This cannot keep dragging on.
Well, I'm not confident we'll ever get answers from congressional investigations, because we haven't throughout the entire period.
Right, you never will.
President Obama's administration. I don't see why it should be any different. We need a criminal investigation of the entire matter.
By a special counsel. 3 months ago, the House Judiciary Committee demanded in a letter to Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, he appoint a second special counsel to investigate Hillary Clinton, Loretta Lynch, and James Comey. He hasn't done it. Lindsey Graham, a couple of days ago, has now reiterated the call.
But he is such, I mean, you don't even know which way the wind is blowing with this guy.
Jeff Sessions.
Well, I'm talking actually about Lindsey Graham.
Oh, yeah.
And who is he? Has no committee standing. He has, you know, he's a favorite of Sunday talk shows, but beyond that, not much. So where do we go to get justice? Let me guess. Could it be the Justice Department? Because we've also found out, according to the most recent reporting of Sarah Carter, that Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, has not recused himself on the matter of Uranium One.
even though he said so 3 times in his confirmation hearing. Now, I actually take it as good news that there is, in fact, a continuing investigation of Hillary Clinton and corrupt play-to-play in the Uranium One deal. There is plenty of evidence there. But they also ought to add the dossier, GPS fusion dossier, as well as the rigging of the nomination, all of those things.
And I wish I had greater confidence in congressional investigations of anything. But then again, I'm a little cynical about government efficiency and effectiveness.